You are now listening to Truth Lit. Hello, y'all. Thank you. This is Truth Lit. Israel, Holy Nation Part 2. This is Truth Live. We're back on here. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Thank you all for coming on here. Thanks y'all for the round of applause. Thank you. That was a great introduction. Thanks y'all. Thanks for letting me come on here. You guys are great and extraordinary people of the Lord. Yes, great and extraordinary people of Yahweh. You guys just amaze me. You guys are great people. Great, and you guys actually listened to number 1, and now you're listening to number 2. That's actually big support for me. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't got too much support, but at least whoever you are, you're listening to it. And you know what? I am also asking you guys to send your prayer requests, if you have any. If you have a Twitter, send it on Twitter. If you have it on Twitter, send it through Twitter. And it's on Twitter. It's @TruthLighter. @TruthLighter. So that's my Twitter account. You can DM, which is direct message to me, your prayer requests. And also it just overwhelms me that you guys are on here. If you have any other prayer requests and you don't have a Twitter, just do it on the YouTube link. You're probably listening to this on YouTube. So, or if you're listening to this on Spreaker, do it on Spreaker, comment stuff. Alright? That's the best way to do it. Alright, so, yeah, this is Israel, Holy Nation, number 2. Thank you. Yeah, Israel is a great nation. It's a holy nation. It's a holy people of Yahweh. Yes, they are the greatest people. They are I can't say greatest, but, Yahweh says they are the holy people, the set apart people. They're separate. They're different. You know how we all say, difference. It's a right to be different. Well, I actually got that saying I think they actually got that saying from the Old Testament, kind of like the golden rule, which is treat those how you wish them to treat you. Old Testament and New Testament, it's there. Alright, so, in order for us to know about this part that we're going to talk about, which is why we had to preach about stuff. Why do we have to share the gospel? Why is it so important to go out into the world and tell everyone about Christ? But not only Christ, but also Israel. Why? Why do we have to do that? There's a lot of preachers doing it. A lot of them. Well, the answer's in Ezekiel. Y'all can open up to Ezekiel. That'd be nice. You can pause this video while you're looking at Ezekiel 33, y'all. Open up to Ezekiel 33. It says, if anyone hears the sound of the horn, this is talking about the watchman, okay? So here's what it says. Okay, verse 2. O mortal, speak to your fellow countrymen and say to them, when I bring the sword against the country, the citizens of the country take one of their number and appoint him their watchman. Yep, they gotta appoint one person as their watchman. Suppose he sees the sword advancing against the country and he blows the horn and warns the people. If anybody hears the sound of the horn, but ignores the warning, and the sword comes and dispatches him, his blood shall be on his own head. Yes, it's on his own head. Since he heard the sound of the horn, but ignored the warning, his blood guilt shall be upon himself. He taken the warning, he would have saved his life. But if the watchman sees a sword advancing and does not blow the horn, so that the people are not warned, and the sword comes and destroys one of them, that person was destroyed for his own sins. However, I will demand a reckoning for his blood from the watchman. Now, O mortal, and this is a message that he's giving to all of us. We are mortals. Now, O mortal, I have appointed you a watchman for the house of Israel. And when you hear a message from my mouth, you must transmit my warning to them. Right there, y'all. There is our answer. Why we have to do it. He says it's for the people to help them out. And it says, when I say to the wicked man, you shall die, but you have not spoken to warn the wicked man against his way, that wicked man shall die for his sins, but I will demand a reckoning for his blood from you. If we don't preach out, he will demand a reckoning for every person's blood. If we don't do our hardest to try to preach the truth, and that doesn't only mean from the Bible. That does not only mean from the Bible. It also means things like preach against communism too. Preach against the wrong. Preach against and show everyone what's right. Preach against the wrong and preach out the right. If we don't, he will demand a reckoning of blood from us. And we will be found guilty. For we have not declared a warning. Like, let's just say if a soldier was guarding his post, and he didn't say a single thing about the terrorists about to come into the military post, the enemy. If he didn't say a single thing, and then the terrorists came and shot people in there, okay? Those people were innocent. They didn't need to get shot, okay? Now, Yahweh is talking about sinners, okay? But I'm using it in a little different stance. So, if he didn't warn them, he will take the blood guilt and he'll be put on trial, possibly thrown in prison, and up to what the military judge says. So he might, whatever they decide the verdict is. But if he did warn and no one listened, everyone who dies is because of their own selves. They didn't heed to the warning. So don't fear. We must not fear at preaching what is right. We must not fear preaching what is true. That is why I came up here to preach about Israel. Because why? Israel is the holy nation, y'all. For too long, the church has taken out, well, I want to say Christianity, because it's not just one church. It's Christianity itself, taking Israel out too many times, and applying Israel to them. And say there's a new covenant. It's not new covenant. It's actually a renewed covenant. He took the same covenant and renewed it. Made it new with the holy blood of Yehoshua HaMashiach. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is what he has done. It's not a new covenant. It's the same one he gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are a holy people. He said they will be set apart. And that is why he kept his covenant. To bring Yehoshua to die so that covenant can be kept. The church, the Christianity church, well, Catholicism too, has taken out Israel so much and applied it to them. They said all the blessings applied to them, while all the curses applied to the Jews. Now, that's what Martin Luther said. Yeah, Martin Luther, the great hero of Christianity. No, John Calvin agreed with Martin Luther and said the Jews are pretty wicked people. There is wicked Jews, I can admit that. But the Bible specifically says you do not curse my anointed people. What did David do? He could have cursed King Saul. He did not do so because King Saul was anointed. So, Israel, being anointed by Yahweh, must we curse any of the Jews for their wrongdoing? Must we do so? Is it right to do so? And what will happen if we do so? I know a lot of do so's, right? But the reason is because I'm trying to make this clear, everyone. We cannot curse the Jewish people. Me as a Jew, I'm not saying this so y'all can just favor me. Alright? Not saying this so y'all can just favor me. But as a Jew, I know what it's like to be persecuted. To feel the hate. And it's just terrible. It's just extremely terrible when you see the swastikas on the road. It just hurts yourself. It hurts your being. But let me tell you, the Bible says that we must not curse the Jewish people, the Israelite nation. Why? Because he anointed them, he appointed them. He said, I shall forgive every transgression of Israel, for they shall return to me. Okay? There's that word he gives all the time. That word, return, actually is a word in the Bible that's aliyah. So yeah, it is return, but aliyah. They shall aliyah back to him. Means they were from him. He spread them across the earth. And he's going to bring them back. He diasporaed them, and he's going to aliyah them back. Now this is a great prophecy for the Jewish people, of course. But I am saying we must not curse the Jewish people. Why? They are Elohim's fulfillment. Without Israel, the world will not be able to exist. You wonder, what? I thought the Israeli nation didn't exist for 2,000 years. Well, it did actually. The Jewish people were there, kind of like in Syria. The Kurdish people, the Kurds are there. They're there. They're basically a nation on their own, like the Native Americans here. They're nations on their own. Jews were the same thing. That is why that's why the world is still in under loving commitment. Just imagine if Israel was wiped off the face of the earth. The whole earth would be punished by Yahweh. I cannot tell you more about it. I mean, it's so great. Now, y'all are probably wondering, but if Israel's so holy in that, how come America was formed before Israel? How come it was done like that? You wonder. I wondered that too. And I wondered that a lot before I found the answer. Yes, y'all, I found the answer, and I want y'all to listen carefully. I found the answer. I know what happened. I know why America's here first. I know why America is here. So y'all, thank you for coming on. Why?